We are almost on the beach and I am so happy to be here. Let me give you a little bit of a view. It is a beautiful day. So sunny. Check out that sun ray right behind me. It's going to be a gorgeous day on the beach. Let's go shelling. So we made it down to the beach. We are at the Barhead Rocks on Plum Island in Ipswich, Massachusetts, and we're going to be bouncing around to a few different beaches this weekend. So for the first low tide, we are going to be here on Plum Island, and then we are going to head over to Gloucester, Massachusetts, which I don't believe I've ever taken you there before. It's going to be a real treat because we have a hot tip on a beach that has some really cool European flat oyster shells, and in addition to that, a really good sea glass beach. So let's just jump in and let's start shelling. So I am in the jetty, and right under there I see a pretty big moon, which could be our mega moon find of the day. See if we can dig that out. I do have a screwdriver or two in my bag, so I do feel hopeful about that, but it does look pretty wedged in there. If I could show you, it does look pretty wedged in there, but it looks like it has some really great color. So I do want to take the time to try to dig that out. We got it. It's a nice moon. It was worth the effort to put in digging it out. And that is a nice find. These are the nice surf clams that I was telling you about. These clean up really nicely. And what I generally do is I put a clear coat on the inside so it looks like it's wet all the time, just like it looks right now. And then the outside, I typically leave unclear coated, which has a really cool look. I'll show you an example of that up on the screen. But this is definitely a keeper just because of the blues and the oranges in it. It will look very nice as a collection piece. So I'll show you what ones look like that I've done this to in the past so that you can get an idea of what I mean. Oh my goodness. I am like super stoked, and I'm hoping that this is fully intact, because if it is, I am calling it the find of the day. But I was just looking at this moon over here that we just pulled out of the rocks. But down here looks like there's a really cool Stimsone collis. And I'm hoping that it's fully intact. Let's move our way around to get in a better position for wiggling it free. But you can see it kind of peeking out right here, that it's wedged between the rocks. I'm hoping I don't need a screwdriver Whew. Ah, there is a hole in it. But what a cool find. That would have been really beautiful had it been fully intact. But I love when I see shells like that just peeking out of the sand, because there's always that chance that they could be completely whole and in immaculate condition, which is what we're looking for a large one of these, and also that ever evasive New England Neptune. So this was a fun find, but we're going to press on and see if we can find anything else. And I'm still looking for the mega moon today. So we are in a rocky harbor, and you can see there is a good rack line building up down there. We are about 1 hour away from dead low tide, and we are in Gloucester, Massachusetts. And we are really enjoying finding a lot of these oyster shells, which are beautiful because they have a ton of awesome nacre inside of them, which make them very iridescent, and they're very flat. They're called European flat oysters. But look at that. Look at how pure that is. And look at all of that gorgeous nacre. So you can see how beautiful pearls would be. So nacre is the same substance that pearls are made of. And these shells are really magnificent. And we're finding ones that have some shades of purple in them and shades of blue. So my goal today is to collect a bunch of these. And look at that purple on the shell. And I mean, there's even like little pieces of sea glass in the mix here. But I am really enjoying these European flat oyster shells and how beautiful they are. And look at that lavender. That purple lavender on the exterior of the shell is amazing. So yeah, we're going to collect a bunch of these shells. We're going to get some sea glass from these beaches, all here in Gloucester, Massachusetts. We are finding a lot of good pieces of pottery and big chunky pieces of sea glass here. For our pottery and sea glass collection. And there's so much sea glass. So I have Kim with me today. She's down the beach a little bit further, but I'm guessing that she probably has like buckets of sea glass already collected. So we'll check in with her later today. And this is all of Kim's sea glass and pottery beach loot. There are some really nice pieces in here, especially of the potteries, some greens, some blues. Really nice pieces. Nice blue pieces of sea glass, which is very rare. Love this rectangle one. That was really nice. A lot of great finds. And then look at this view. It is gorgeous. Gotta tell you, I am not hating Gloucester, Massachusetts. It is quickly becoming one of my favorite places. So check out the purples in this European flat oyster shell. That is gorgeous. So just to give you an idea of what they look like, I'll see if I can find some footage of a live one that we can put up on screen, or one that's fully intact. But this is what the bottoms of the shell generally looks like. And then the top is very flat like this. So here's a European flat oyster that we found fully intact. Nice lavender, purple, orchid colors. It kind of resembles a flower. But this is a really good specimen to show you what they would look like in the oyster beds, fully intact. Cannot get enough of these flat oysters. I'm totally stoked about these. I mean, look at how perfect that is. I'm like going bonkers over them. And the insides, amazing. So this is something I don't think I've showed you before. We don't typically get these on Plum Island, but this is a spider crab carapace. I'll put up on the screen what a fully intact spider crab looks like, but this is the carapace to the shell. And when I show you what the fully intact one looks like, you'll completely get it, because it does in fact look exactly like a spider. And I remember once when I was probably about, I want to say 10 years old, I went fishing with my dad in the Long Island Sound on a boat. But Dad, let me know if you remember this story. And when I pulled my line up, I had a huge spider crab on the end of my line. And I think I was so scared of it, I cried. I didn't know what it was. So we will leave this here. But I don't think I've ever showed you one of these before, but they're very interesting creatures. They are prehistoric, like the horseshoe crabs we find. But I'll be contacting my dad later to see if he remembers that story. So I feel like with all these really beautiful oyster shells we're finding, let me just clean this off for a second. These beautiful oyster shells we're finding, this is a really good opportunity to tell you a little bit about nacre and pearls. So nacre is the organic substance that pearls are made out of. And it's the shimmery goodness that is on the inside of this oyster shell. So what happens is a foreign object like a piece of sand or something that the oyster does not recognize or like gets stuck in the mantle lining of the oyster shell. And without getting too sciencey, that's like a lining that is in the oyster shell. And it gets stuck in there. And so what happens is the nacre builds up around that substance, whether it's a piece of sand or a piece of dirt or bacteria, and it keeps building around it to protect the oyster from the foreign matter. And that's what forms the pearl. So the pearl is all that built up nacre. There are two types of pearls that form. One is the freestanding pearl, and then there are also blister pearls that form. And I don't have an example of one here, but blister pearls form on the shell and they're attached to the shell. And I'm always looking for one of those. But the blister pearl is actually attached to the inside of the oyster. It stays attached to the inside of the oyster shell. Maybe, with any luck, with all of the really beautiful oysters today, maybe we'll get lucky and find a blister pearl. So there is a nice moon under here in the jetty. We're going to see if we can get that out. Set the camera up there. Oh, that is really jammed in there. Oh, that is a nice moon. Right there. That's a lot of good stuff jammed in the rocks here. Let's rinse this out. Oh, looks like there's another moon sticking out down here. Let's get this out. Oh, it feels whole. Holy smokes. Holy cow, you guys. Oh my goodness. This is incredible. This is definitely the find of the day or of the week or of the year. Holy cow. That is incredible. So we were just pulling this one out of the jetty over here, and we went over here to rinse it out, and then this blue mega moon, and I am praying that this stays this awesome color. But what a find. Oh my goodness. We put that up there next to that one. But definitely 100% the find of the day. Or again, of the week or the year. So I always have luck in this jetty, but holy cow. Oh my gosh. That is incredible. definitely worth the work. Although this was easy to come out. But this one led us to it. So I'm just not done moon swooning at this. Just not done moon swooning at this. Holy cow, I'm still kind of shocked by it. Totally stoked about this shell. They're both really nice, but you know how I feel about the blue ones. So super nice. Almost done moon swooning, and then we can move on from this one. But yeah, this is definitely a keeper. Definitely a keeper. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you guys. We just had that giant mega moon score. And we're going to be heading out because the sun is going down. But we had a banner couple of days. That is for sure the shell of the day or the week or the month. But I am so super stoked about that. Totally jazzed, and it gets me really excited for some summer tropical storms or hurricanes that's going to churn up the bottom of the ocean and get those mega moons to us. So thank you so much for coming along with us, going to Gloucester, finding those European flat oysters, the sea glass. Everything we found this weekend has been like super incredible. So I'm excited for our next adventure, and I will see you guys next time we hit the beach. Bye. Hi, it's Kim. She's back. And she found some sand dollars. I haven't found a sand dollar in like a minute since the beach has been closed.
I know.
Right?
A lot of activity for the sand dollars.
These are awesome. These are really good scores.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, look at this one compared to that one.
I love it.
Me too. I can't wait to come back here once the beach opens up. We'll have to be here as soon as that happens. Maybe we'll sleep over the night before. Don't do that. They'll kick you out. Just a word of advice. The Rangers will get you. But we'll definitely be here the next day. So when the beach opens up, come back, scoop up all the sand dollars. But do it after us.
That's it.